There. Hello. Okay, so I am. Alright. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying to do this. It says orientation is locked. Why? Why? Huh. I don't know why that is, but alright, I haven't been in here for a while. Anyway, my orientation is locked, it says. I don't know how to get out of that, but rotate device back. Oh. Weird. Well, let me see. Let me see if this will do anything. Alright. Okay, hi. I'm not sure how to get this thing set up, so bear with me. It says orientation is locked. I can't get... my orientation. This is weird. Well, I don't know why I keep saying orientation is locked. Rotate device. Well, anyway, I tried. There's me right there. I don't know how to keep me. That's not gonna help. Anyway, hi everybody. Sorta. Anyway. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so it is New Year's Eve day, and I have to go to work today. And it snowed about an inch maybe or two, and so I get to drive in this lovely snow. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. And if you live in my area, let me see who's on here. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Freddie. Okay, I'm not going to be able to say much because I'm driving. So I'd have to wait till I stop. But anyway, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Tell me where you're from and if you celebrated Christmas or not. And if you got any presents or not. I got a couple really nice presents from my cousins. They're very sweet to me. You know, being over 60, I don't know, I guess this happens to a lot of people, but being over 60, I get really hot sometimes. And my cousins know that I get hot. You like my hat, you guys? Little leopard hat. I can take it off because it's hot in this car. But anyway, so they know I get hot a lot, so they got me these neck fans. Goes around your neck and it cools you off. Those are pretty cool. You just plug them in, get them charged up. So that was a nice surprise. You're from Puerto Rico? Ooh. It's nice and hot there in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. Everybody says everybody around here says Puerto Rico. Porter. Like Porter. Porter. It's Puerto Rico. No, Puerto Rico. There you go. Anyway, believe it or not, I took Spanish in high school, junior high school, and college, and I actually tutored a little bit in college, but for the life of me, I cannot speak it. I can't, converse with people in Spanish, unfortunately. And then I ended up taking Italian, which is very similar, but different. So, and I can't converse in that either, because, if you don't keep it up and speak with people in those languages, you're going to lose it, and I lost it. I mean, of course, that was, 40 years ago. But anyway, I still can read it. I can read it really well. And I can read it with the, accents or whatever. So, anyway, anybody have any cool plans for the start of the new year? Can you call me DJ? Okay, DJ. Yeah, well, it's not snowing right now, but it did. It snowed a little bit. We have snow on the ground. And so that's why I don't have to be at work till 10. And it's a little after 9, but I always leave early, especially in weather like this, because, there's some slick spots on the road and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. So I can read Spanish, and with a Spanish, accent or whatever as I'm reading it. But I'm not one of those people that, if you go to a Mexican restaurant around here or anything, people always think they're being cool or something by saying, oh, gracias, and, that kind of thing to the people. I mean, come on. Just whatever. I think that's kind of lame, but especially when you're at a Mexican restaurant and the people there are, from, just whatever. They're not Latino or anything like that, or Spanish. They're sitting there trying to say gracias, oh, blah, blah, blah. And no, it doesn't work that way. Anyway, my windshield is, now there's little spittly things coming on my windshield, but when I go to do the windshield wipers, it's already ice. It's ice on the windshields. Okay, I have to turn on my de-icer. Yeah, it's already icing up. It's 24 degrees Fahrenheit here. 24 degrees. And freezing is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So anything coming out of the sky is gonna ice up. Anyway, you're going to fun places? Where are you going? Tell me what kind of places you're going to. I like to hear these things. I'll look at everybody's comments later and stuff, or when I stop at a light, like I said. But yeah, I got a couple of really nice things from my cousins for Christmas. I'm having a little bit of family trouble. I was saying my front camera is blocked. Clean the windshield. I am cleaning the windshield. Anyway, my car's telling me funny things. Anyway, So I have really nothing planned for 2026. I hate when people say, what are you going to do for the new year? I've been bad. It's not like I'm going to, lose weight or anything like that. I've been battling my weight since I was like 22 years old. So, especially in my older age, I'm battling. So I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to, no. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. I am going to try and not, there's a lot of crappy people out there that'll try to make your life miserable. And so, being the age that I'm being now, it's like, you don't need toxic people in your life. If people are going to lie to you or betray you or whatever, it's you don't need them in your life. I mean, especially for you young people, just be careful. Just be careful who you let into your life and who you hang around with and stuff, because and life can be good if you make it good and you hang around with the right people and say and do the right things in your whole life. Stay away from drugs, stay away from alcohol. Only get married if you really, really, really know you want to get married. You really know that this person is okay. They're not nutty in any way, shape, or form. Really, really pick a good person. Don't sit there and go, my boyfriend beats me up or something. I mean, well then leave his ass. That's all I'm saying. Leave his ass. You don't need that kind of crap. So if anybody's going through stuff like that, just be careful. Just be honest with yourself. Especially when you're young, you think you're in love and everything's just hunky-dory. No. Because you know what, even if you were in love at the time, you got the blinders up. You got the blinders up. You think it's going to last forever. It's not. Especially the being in love thing. That doesn't last forever. That fades really, really quick. As they say, the honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is where you're all like giggly and excited about the person and I guess I love this person so much. Oh, kissy wissy. No, that won't last, because everybody has their faults. Everybody has their failings. Not everybody can keep a smile on their face and be sweet and lovely to person, whatever. And then sometimes people grow apart, especially if they're young and they get married, but then they grow apart because they haven't grown up yet. My advice to you is maybe get married when you're 40 or 30-ish. If you want to have babies, then make it 30-ish. But if you don't want to have babies, just keep it cool. Just keep it cool. But anyway, so having dilemmas of a certain sort with some family members, and I'm just saying, if they're not right for you, they'll show their true colors. That's all I can say. But don't rush into anything. That goes with jobs and stuff too. If you're looking for a job and you're out there and you really need a job because money's running out and everything, so you take the first one that comes along, don't think that's your job for the rest of your life. Don't, because it's not. Even if you go to a real reputable company, like in my area, when I was growing up in the 60s and 70s, this is Detroit area is, they call it Motor City, okay, because we started with the cars, we had all the car companies, and so all the car companies were here, and everybody wanted to go work at Ford or GM or Chrysler or whatever, and oh yeah, it was such a big to do. Well, those people back in like the 80s and 90s, after they've been there for 30 years, just before they retire and they get their pension and all this sorts of money and everything, they got laid off. They got fired because the big companies didn't want to pay them their retirement or their pension. So you can't count on, loyalty from a big corporation is not there anymore. And it never really was. So if you're looking for a job, take some job if you need money, if you went to college or you got an education or a certification in something or whatever, then if you have a career going, then go ahead and do what you need to do for that. But if you're like me and you never really had, you just went to school for liberal arts or whatever, and you just never really had a steady thing. My thing was music, but you can't get a good paying job in music unless you're Paul McCartney or somebody like that. You're not gonna make it. So I had to take secretarial jobs and stuff like that my whole life. I think one time I was an agent. I was a talent agent up here in Michigan, and then I worked for a talent agency down in California, but I was a receptionist. But so that was out of my thing. I was working for a talent agency, two talent agencies actually. One was a voiceover one, and one was a regular one. We were booking clowns and stuff like that. Do I smoke? No way, Jose. And I would advise you, if you're young, because I didn't put the restrictions on this video, but if you're a young kid, don't start, and don't let them tell you that vaping's okay, because vaping is not okay. Vaping is not okay. Vaping's just like smoking, okay? So don't start vaping, because that'll get you even more. No drinking, no smoking, no drugging. Just be healthy. If you believe in God, your body is a temple, okay? God made it. Now, if you were born with some kind of disability or something, then that's the way God made you. That's your cross to bear. But you don't have to ruin that body, because it's all your choice. If you want to smoke or drink or whatever. My thing is eating, okay? I am addicted to food, but unfortunately, the difference between being addicted to food and being addicted to smoking and drugs and alcohol is that you don't need smoking, drugs, and alcohol, but you need food. So it's really difficult to get on the right track when it comes to that. But no, I don't smoke. I would probably die if I smoked, because being overweight and smoking is not good either. Yeah, if you guys are on here and you're listening, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That's the one thing that I'm going to concentrate on for 2026, is I'm going to try and make enough money to buy a nice camera and start doing some reviews on some stuff or whatever. Make something of this channel instead of just yapping away like a crazy lady. But yeah, so that's basically it. Just treat your body as a temple. you know, tell God, you know, thank you for making me. And nice turn signal, buddy. And try and be good to your. Ooh, that guy's going fast. Try and be good to your body. And that's why when it comes to letting go of toxic people in your life, you know, something happened to me a couple weeks ago that almost put me in the hospital because of the stress. And I don't recommend nothing I could do about getting worked up about it, because it was pretty bad. But I needed to pray a lot that week, because I was scared I was going to have a heart attack or a stroke or something. But anyway. So I am heading into work right now. I have my turn signal on. Good, they put salt in the parking lot so that we don't slippy slidey. I don't know if there's any, oh yeah, there's 2 people still in here. So I'm going to park in a second, and I'll get to read what you guys have been saying more safely. And if you are from, at least from my area, be careful driving, because at the end of the month, the police are always out giving tickets. So don't speed, use your turn signals, turn on your lights, be careful driving so you don't get tickets. Okay. All right, I'm here. Yay! All right, let's see. What did I miss? Let me see. Hi. Got Cassie. Go on. DJ. Hi, DJ. Put it back on. Put what back on? I don't remember. Oh, my hat. I will put it back on because I got to go back. I got to go outside, but I'll do that in a minute. Okay, yeah, somebody asked me about the snow. Here's the snow. That's my snow. Somebody left a... Look at that. Somebody stole a basket from a store, probably Marshall's or something, because we have a Marshall's across the street, and just left it there. Bunch of dorks. That's a bus stop. People who live in Detroit and stuff, they just probably had some stuff and didn't want to carry it. So DJ, where are you going? You said you're going to some fun places. Where are you going? Anyway, so yeah, so I'm here at work. I'm supposed to be here at 10, but I think it's okay if I go in sooner. I think I will. This part of my hair, isn't that funny? I sleep on my left side like this on my pillow. So it ends up being like this the whole night. So when I wake up, it's like sticking up, but I can't make it go down. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys saw my previous post, but I ordered a shower curtain set from, I think, Walmart, and it has the Beatles on it. I know. Unfortunately, well, the shower curtain is good, but it has a crease right down. It has creases in it. I have to try and iron it. And right down the middle, it's on Paul McCartney's face. And when I leave the crease as it is, when it goes in, Paul McCartney looks like an alien. I'll try to post it on here again. He looks like an alien. And then John Lennon is standing up on the one side, and his eyes look like he's cross-eyed. Ringo looks good, and George looks good, and then there's Paul down here. Anyway, so I have to do something about that. But it had a rug with it, a rug. You get out of the tub or shower, and there's a rug. And it had a rug that goes by the toilet, but it has a rounded insert, but I can't put it in there. So I decided to put that, because mine's square, so I decided to put that in the kitchen so I can stand on it while I'm washing the dishes. And then the toilet seat cover was way too big for my little toilet seat, so I put the toilet seat in my Beatles area in the living room, hanging on my keyboard stand. So weird, but I gotta put it somewhere. Colorado, I'm going to Colorado in Detroit. Colorado. You're going to Colorado and Detroit? You know, Colorado's over here, Michigan's over here. This is Michigan, by the way. Oh wait, this is Michigan. But anyway, so yeah, I have those. Let me see. Can I do that? Can I add a picture here? No. I don't even know any of these contraptions here. I'm going to Colorado in Detroit, so maybe I'll meet you. Yeah, you never know. You'll never know. Why are you going to Detroit? I'm wondering why you're going to Detroit. Do you have family here? Oh my goodness gracious. So I woke up early, went to bed early. I've been going to bed early a lot. That's what happens when you get depressed. Call misspelled, you were right. I was right? Oh, okay. All right, you're just going to Colorado. Okay. Anyway, so I think that's going to be it for me, because, well, it's only 9:30, but I see there's somebody here. I can help her get ready. I can help her get ready for the day's work. I work for a doctor, so I'm sure there's gonna, I mean, the other day it was so bad here. I mean, it was so bad. We had high winds and it was like a squall. It was a squall of winter that came through like the whole day. And I was surprised. We had a ton of people come in. I thought people were we did have a couple that canceled, but I thought people were gonna come in like crazy. I mean, we're gonna cancel like crazy, but no, they came in like crazy. So anyway, okay, well, I'm going to go now, and I hope everybody has a good time. Maybe I'll be back later on. I don't know. Not sure. But we'll see what happens. Or maybe I'll just be back tomorrow to say Happy New Year. Yeah, maybe I'll do something like that. All right, guys, take care. Have a good day, and don't get into any trouble. Be good.
Be good. Be good. I know it's not Santa time anymore, but you know what? He watches you the whole year. The whole year. Starting Christmas Day, he starts watching you if you're naughty or nice the whole year. Anyway.
All right, babies. Have a good one. I'm going to listen to one more Beatles song, and then I'm going to go in.
All right. Bye. Take care. Be good.